Well, the main concern with our team was we can come out on Friday, we can compete for that win, but when it comes to Sunday, it's like we're drained from energy. So like I guess our goal would be to go into this weekend saying like, listen, not only are we going to win Friday, but we're going to come in just as hard as we did on Friday, and we're going to win both games.
Okay. So is it like a fitness thing kind of?
It's kind of just mental.
Mental?
Yeah,
okay,
mental, definitely.
Gotcha. Defensively is what can you go? Are you moving things around now?
Yeah, well, addition of Kim, really when we analyzed the goals, two of the goals were really on very direct play and our inability to just drop and pinch when there was no pressure on the ball. And, I think it's a pretty simple recognition between our back line and our goalkeepers and just ensuring that they're aware of what's going on there. We certainly watched the film with the players and, it's another thing we will address it as a team. But I think that's something that's pretty easily solved, that recognition. So, in that way, it's not the panic button. For us, it was more, the lack of pressure that we got in midfield, which was troubling against Kansas. And that's really where those two goals originated from. So that's what we were addressing today in training, is just trying to ensure we can lock a ball on one side of the field and press it and win it back by getting numbers over there. As for offensively, I think it'll come when we got services. We got into the attack. We just didn't get a lot of quality when we got in those positions. You had someone like Hadley Stewart that kept, she kept battling on. That's how we won our penalty kick, and made it 3-1. And actually their third goal was against the run of play. Came off of one of our free kicks. So we just have to have a bit more quality. I think out of our 5 corners, we knocked 2 of them out of bounds. So that's a 40% inaccuracy rate there. And so I think we just have to get better at those small things, those small moments, because we're creating enough opportunities to be competitive.
Since I have been out for this past week or so, my fitness kind of slipped down a little bit. So it was hard playing the whole 90 minutes, but I think it was good for me. So I got to get that game fitness back.
How hard was it to sit on the sidelines and kind of watch the games?
It was very hard because you always want to be on the field. You always want to be trying to help your team out in some way, shape, or form. So.
And then final question, how do you think you improved the defense now that you're back out there?
I think since I played a lot last season, I have a lot of experience back there. So I can help to try to keep the back line organized, because defense is all about organization, and that's how we keep from getting scored on, is being organized.
How would you say you've improved most, maybe from a year ago, from freshman to sophomore year?
I think I've improved most being confident on the ball and being able to connect my passes out of the back.
Is it the freshman to sophomore year transition? I mean, do you feel like you've grown as much as a player as any year in your life?
I think so, because the transition from my high school into college, there was a huge jump in the level of player soccer. So freshman year was difficult, and it was like a big step up for me. But I think I've transitioned a lot.
So what's it like to have Kim back in the lineup?
It's awesome because she's not only one of my best friends, like off the field, but even on the field, we have that connection. So we're able to like read each other, so we can get the ball and play and be more of a teammate.
How difficult was it to not have her out there for the first several games?
It was tough because even though she wasn't there, her presence it's just, I'm used to having her on the field, but then you just got to realize that she still is here. She's just on the sideline, cheering everyone on, wanting to be on that field. So because she can't be there, we have to play for her.
Just not having her, once she did come back, was there an adjustment period of chemistry between you two? Or did you guys click right away?
It was not right away we didn't click, because it was a while. I mean, she's been back on the field, but then once we got in this groove and everything, it was just nice because we're really good at like passing with each other and being able to play out of the back.
It was Labor Day weekend last year where you kind of joined the starting lineup and really haven't left the field since, even this season. Could you maybe talk a little bit about what it's like freshman versus sophomore year, maybe how much you've grown as a player?
It's definitely a different experience. I look at the field a different way. I mean, freshman year is like, oh my gosh, wow, I'm playing with all these great players, and it still is the same way, but only I'm here, like, I'm going to make an impact on the field, not only because I want our team to win, but for, like, each other, each and every one of us. I'm going to play for everyone, and my coaches and everything.
Just in general, what's it like to have Kim Love back?
It's great, Kim is a dominant force heading-wise. She's a physical force. She's an enforcer. She's got a competitive, combative element to her that 1v1 is really, really difficult to beat. And she's got that never say die, so even if someone gets a half yard on her, she's still clawing her way back in. Really, going from never having played defense in her life prior to last fall, I mean, she's grown in leaps and bounds, and really she was someone that we missed dramatically over the first portion of the season.
How much more improved is the defense with her back there now?
Well, I think the biggest improvement is we're able to move some kids that are really attackers into more prominent positions where they're comfortable. And so that's the biggest thing is, just that addition of what you anticipate having within the squad allows you to be more of the team that you were hoping to be. At the same time, her fitness level's a bit down because, she hasn't been training with us for a while. And, we're trying out a new partnership with her and Michaela Lasky right now. And, they're both very good in the air. And but, it's going to take a little time to mesh. So hopefully they can do so while we're playing games and it pans out well. If not, we'll go back to the drawing board. In the run of play and everything, I really don't want to get lost in the result because we did so many things well in that game. But in the Kansas game, we weren't a good side for a large portion. We came out for the first 10 to 12 minutes. We had the run of play. We had possession of the ball. We were doing what we had been doing. But I really think our kids hit this wall in regards to the heat that it stopped either the willingness to play or our ability to continue to play, and we suffered a bit. And they've suffered both physically and mentally from that. So I'm not sure, but certainly as a staff we talked about it. We're like, hey, if we're on the road, do we have to change something about our Sunday approach or whatever? But having done this for a long time, so much is in regards to you have a game on Friday. You've got another game on Sunday. You've got to pick yourself back up emotionally. You've got to get yourself hyped back up for another battle. And, teams have to grow and develop. And certainly we, as a side, need to do that because the last 2 years we haven't put ourselves in the positions on Friday to have to get a turnaround and have a 2-result weekend. And I think we're a side that will have that opportunity, but that's going to be some growth for us.
Okay.